경기장 도시형.
All right, guys, here we are on Teldrim Alter, and in the blue in the upper right from the team Empire, trying to tie things up for his team, get a win against coLMVP. It is none other than Empire.Kas. And down at the bottom right part of the map, the person whose name I almost said a minute ago. That's true. All right, it is QXC.
At least you won't have Nidus worms.
Yep,
it says QXC
true.
there, so I'm sure he is quite annoyed at that. We have some awesome Terran music in the background right now, setting the stage here for this TVT showdown. And all right, well, Teldrim Alter, TVT, we've seen some pretty ridiculous games here. I remember casting that game between Bomber and Top that was an hour and 5 minutes, I believe, here, where they had 8 to 10 individual base trades in the entire game. So,
wow,
pretty ridiculous. So, QXC saying 2 minutes, please. Need to go analyze your games in Kiev. Oh, that's pretty awesome. I love QXC. QXC is actually a pretty fantastic personality and a great guy.
He's got a good sense of humor. Yep.
Yeah, he really does.
Yep.
I especially love him jumping over small park benches and yelling parkour. So
that's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. Barracks coming up for both players. We'll see if they decide to bypass gas or if we're going to have gas influence builds.
QXC is getting the gas.
Yes. Kas? Yep. Maybe?
Gas? No.
Ah.
All right.
We'll find
Celsius.
out. Looks like he's going to bypass it. So QXC, not sure what the conversion was there. Kas was mentioning that it was minus 30 out. I'm not sure what that converts to offhand.
Pretty chilly.
Right away. Yeah, it is pretty chilly.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe not quite Minnesota dead of winter chilly, but it's pretty chilly.
It's pretty
glad
chilly.
I'm not missing that, man. I mean, San Francisco's nice as far as...
How nice is that?
The weather's pretty nice here. It's a little bit foggy sometimes, but...
I've got to go back to St. Louis this weekend. It's a high of 28 degrees.
Well, you have fun with that.
Yes. All right. QXC putting down a barracks. Or, I'm sorry, Tech Lab on his barracks.
Yep, going to be a Reaper expand from him. Does like to use Reapers as well. One of the few players out there that still kind of is a proponent of Reapers.
Yep.
I remember thinks that they've got a spot in this game yet.
What map was he playing? I think it was Delta Quadrant. The first time I saw him do some sort of like a six barracks off of one base Reaper with speed build, and it actually ended up being ridiculous. It was just fun to watch these huge roving packs of Reapers tear through buildings.
Yeah, it's going to be... I don't know. They're talking about taking out the building attack in Heart of the Swarm. That's going to be kind of a bummer, I think.
Played around with that, but then
look
Reapers
at that. A
can
second
recharge.
Reaper and a third queued up right now for QXC. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Is that his first one, or is that the second one?
I think that's his first one, yeah.
Okay, okay. So it is just a second Reaper queued up.
May have another one. He just spent some more resources. No, it doesn't have the third one queued up yet.
Yeah, no. It's I was all excited, but it is just a second Reaper. But that is still cool. On a map like Teldrim Alter, too, it's great to get more than one Reaper. You can get a really good, solid, thorough scout of your opponent's base. And, you know, with 2 Reapers, you have a much better chance of handling those initial first couple Marines.
Yeah, looks like he is going to tear through the Marine. No, actually, Kas backing up. Oh, he does finish the command center just barely. So, nice job there by Kas to make sure he finishes that up. Picks off an SUV sitting in the middle as well. QXC has to back off. He does have a second Reaper up, but it's in limbo. It doesn't know where to go. Third one is actually making its way out.
Oh, okay, so he's going to go for 3 Reapers. So what? Oh, and a Ghost Academy already for QXC?
What?
This has suddenly gotten very interesting. I think we might actually see a nuke rush from QXC.
That would be awesome, actually.
That would be very cool. All right.
Got the gas for a factory now, but I don't know if we're going to see that. Still waiting on that, as that is the key to nukes and the...
This is also something that can just be a very good anti-bio opening. Between Ghost Snipes and Reapers, you're going to tear through your opponent's bio so fast. Yeah, he's making Ghosts, so I don't think it's going to be a nuke rush, actually. I think he's just going to try to use Snipes for Marauders, Reapers for Marines, things like that. Just try to power through his opponent's initial early bio units and see if he can get in there and do some serious damage.
Yeah, because Kas is really going down the bio route now. Now, of course, we've been concentrating on QXC's bases because Kas is just doing normal things. Boring, normal things that usually win games.
Well,
so he has 3 barracks. He's got a lot of Marines coming out with double reactor, and looks like he himself is putting down a factory at the back.
Yep, that's right. So he's going to be making some medevacs as well. Looks like he's playing some TVP instead of TVT right now. But going bio and TVT isn't bad at all. I mean, this is probably one of the best maps for bio TVT.
And a single Ghost running out with this pack of 3 Reapers here in a second. So QXC is going to need some pretty good control to pull this off. These are also very expensive units, and Marines are quite cost-effective. So
yeah, and he's not going to have enough snipes saved up to really do a whole lot to those Marines, I don't think. So I'm curious to see how he's going to kind of execute this push.
And especially because Combat Shields is finishing up right now, and that means that Snipe's not going to kill a Marine.
And there is a bunker there as well, too. All right. Well, he's going to hop up into the main.
Yep, sit there with the Ghost on the low ground if he could have gotten vision, but that's way too many Marines to try and engage.
Yeah. All right. Weird opening from QXC. Not really doing a whole lot. I like the idea behind it, but it seems like it's just a little bit too slow to get out there. If your opponent goes, you know, I mean, this is the type of opening that I think would work a lot better if your opponent was doing something like Banshees, because Ghosts do extra damage to light units. So they can actually do very well against Banshees, too. They even have a longer range. So this is a good anti-Banshee opening. You know, if Kas had done something like going for Banshees, QXC would have been able to get in there, kill the few Marines that were at Kas's base and do untold amounts of damage and stay protected against the Banshees. But because Kas went bio, QXC's opening, not really doing a whole lot, but he should be able to transition out of it fairly easily.
Well, he is making 5 Marines at a time right now, slightly more than Kas, but of course Kas does have the additional added benefit of medevacs out there. QXC doing a nice job, though, with the Reapers, just making sure he just wants to remind Kas that they're still there at all times. Basically, so Kas doesn't get over-aggressive, isn't pushing out, things like that. Just saying, hey, I still got them. They're still here. They can take down buildings pretty quick.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, well, it does a really good job, like you mentioned, of pinning Kas in his base. It's a nice benefit. Those Marines are like, oh, those rocks look so big. I don't know if we want to... I don't know.
That's rough.
Should we do it, guys? There's some endangered plants growing out of those rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, let's just go for it.
All right.
And the rocks fall down.
Sniping here. Boulders. I don't know how effective that is, really.
Lining up the sniper shots nice and careful. You would think they would just fire as quick as possible.
Is a sniper rifle really the most effective thing for demolition work?
Yes. Yes, it is.
You sure?
Yes. Positive.
All right. I believe you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Because I don't have a clue. Kas, though.
Oh, and he's not going to see the medevacs.
No. Kas should see a few units sitting there, though, if he's watching his units move in. And, wow, there's just nothing here for QXC.
This might be kind of bad for QXC. He doesn't really have a lot defending in his main right now.
What a ridiculous TVT we've already started, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, here we go. He's going to see the Ghost Academy. He's going to be kind of like, what? But he's going to be like, all right, I can kill this, I guess.
Yeah, well.
Some SCVs, too.
Yep, pulled away right away, and he is smartly going after the engineering bay before +1 finishes up. He can get the Ghost Academy later, and by +1. That's a big deal.
And he needs to leave pretty soon here. No, QXC's unit's not coming in.
Oh, there we go. Oh, actually, he just steamrolled that force.
Yeah, you know, QXC just, I don't think he just has enough stuff here. The snipes, though, doing really well against that.
Yeah, they are.
Rob cleaning that up fast.
Ghosts are cool.
In the natural, though, is there enough?
And looks like that command center's already very low. Kas just going to tear after it, and bye-bye orbital command. And look, he even has enough he can just turn around and fight.
Yeah. Looks snipes, though, still coming in handy here.
Yes, they are, and in fact, that's enough to turn the tide, so Kas is going to have to move away, but now QXC on one base, just one single solitary small base. He's got to put another one up ASAP, and Kas already moving into some siege tanks with this as well.
Well, QXC held it off. You know, to a certain extent, there's a bit of build order stuff going on here. Kas's opening is just better against QXC's opening than QXC's opening is against his.
Right.
So there's a lot of that going on. What is... Something just blew up in a... I
think it was a Reaper, actually.
Wow.
But, yeah, Kas a little out of position now as we have some units making their way in for QXC, sniping out some SCVs as well. Nice. Units being brought back. Kas does not have siege mode done, though, so won't be able to splash any of those units, unfortunately. Not a ton of workers killed, though. So Kas won't have to worry about that too much.
One thing you saw people playing around with for a while in TVT was doing ghost drops to try to snipe SCVs really quickly. So I think that'd be a good avenue for QXC to go as he tries to kind of come out of this. And has he made another command center?
Yes, he's actually double producing.
Oh, okay, good. He is double expanding. You need to take that risk if you want to get back into the game at this point.
But Kas already has his third floating down as well, so
yes.
QXC won't be too far behind in terms of number of bases because he is double expanding at the moment, but still, Kas has a pretty big advantage now. Both players are about tied on workers, but of course the saturation for QXC is not optimal.
Yeah, QXC has a little bit smaller army, of course, too. I mean, spending more on the ghosts, less on just straight-up bio stuff. There's one Brave Marine. Whoa! Wow.
That was a little
Got some
disgusting.
distance on
Red
that.
crater underneath, too.
Jeez.
So, ooh, clean your divots, please.
Man.
Kas
I think
is...
his leg ended up on Steps of War or something like that.
Uh-oh, here's another snipe attack coming in for QXC. He picks up a lot of SCVs and backs away. Looks like he may make his way over to the main now.
I think so.
He did pull ahead. Another 6 workers killed there. Oh, but Kas prepared with a few Marines, but it's not going to be enough. The units are dropping in time. Some units being sent in. Now Kas actually just going to go for the counterattack.
Yeah, this is somehow turning into kind of a little bit of a base trade situation. Does QXC have anything at home to defend?
No.
Actually, does he legitimately not have anything home to? No, he doesn't.
Nope.
Okay, so that's it.
Yeah, he's got like
Just
10
the
Marines
Marines
sitting down there.
Yep, so QXC is going to try to base race against a much, much larger army. I don't think that's going to work out too well for him, unfortunately.
What is this? I don't even...
He's trying to come home now, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's got siege mode on the way, but it's not going to fish time. Loses his natural again.
Right. Yeah, that's just one tank sitting there, unfortunately. And Kas pretty much compressed this home. Oh, if he would intercept those medevacs, it would be a disaster for QXC. But as it stands, Kas has enough army that, bye-bye QXC. He's going to have to move out of the way. Another base is going to go down, and that may seal the deal.
Yep, that is it. Well, that definitely seals the deal. There's not really a way that QXC is going to come back from this one. We're going to see the GG any second here.
Yeah, I would imagine so. QXC with one single solitary medevac flying away now. Marine standing there and saying, "Hey guys, how's it going? Terran buddies."
Have you seen some ghosts come through here? I'm looking for... Oh, never mind.
It's
All right,
just
see you
like,
later,
I can't do it.
He's like, well, those blue guys were rude.
Kas checking for extra bases right now, making sure that he's not, running into a little more prepared position than he had anticipated, but QXC just does not have anything on the field.
He's got to be wondering a little bit why QXC didn't leave the game there, but QXC is definitely the type of player that doesn't like to give up. Never give up, never surrender. Boxers the same way. You do see some players that like to push it to the very last second, but QXC is just, really too far behind. He's got a nice defensible position right there, but, Kas, if he wants to, can just take the map at this point if he doesn't want to just try to bull rush his way through this.
By Grapthos Hammer, you shall be avenged.
What?
Sorry.
Yes.
You never give up. You were doing Galaxy Quest, man. Hide your back. Never give up, never surrender.
Oh.
And anyway, so...
That's right.
Kas
quoting things I don't even know.
I thought you were quoting something. You were hitting my ballpark. That's okay.
Sorry.
Here comes Kas. He's just going to push his way through it. Bye-bye, Siege Tank. There's the GG. Kas takes the game, evening the set up 3-3 now. And there we have it.
Wow, all tied up again. Empire versus Complexity MVP. It has become a close series indeed.